Let's be from the future. For most of this video, I forgot to turn on the lighting. Sorry for that. This year on Thacker, a new year means a new whole batch of movies. But which of these movies am I most excited for? Well, I've got a list of the top 10. Keep in mind, these are just my opinions. But before we get into the top 10, I want to give some honorable mentions for movies I'm either excited for or just generally interested in that didn't make it to the top 10. Elio is Pixar's next movie, and we haven't seen a ton of this movie so far, but for what we have seen, it looks nice. I am interested to see it. It's Pixar. Michael is the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic, where Jafar Jackson, MJ's nephew, will be playing the King of Pop himself. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Michael Jackson, but I do like his music, and there's a handful of his songs I listen to pretty frequently. And I do know a decent amount about Michael Jackson's life, and I'm really interested to see how this one is going to handle some of the stuff Michael was accused of. Fantastic Four First Steps. I do like the Fantastic Four, and I'm excited to see a new take on them. And the fact this movie is not in the MCU, of course, eventually it'll be brought into the MCU, but it's so refreshing to get a Marvel movie that's not in the MCU. Because to be honest, I'm a bit burnt out on the MCU. Tron Ares, gonna be honest, I have not seen the other two Trons, but I have always wanted to watch them. And so with the third Tron coming out, this is a perfect opportunity. Avatar Fire and Ash. The last time I saw Avatar, I was a toddler, and I have not seen Avatar The Way of Water. But I'm sure if I had seen the Avatar movies more recently, then I would be much more excited for Avatar Fire and Ash. In fact, it would probably be in my top 10. But since I haven't, it's just an honorable mention. Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. I've only actually seen one Mission Impossible movie, that being Fallout. This is supposedly the last Mission Impossible movie, so it's the perfect opportunity to finally watch the Mission Impossible franchise. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes cartoon, a new 2D animated Looney Tunes movie. That's not something we get too often, so I'm excited to see it. But those are my honorable mentions. I hope a few of those really surprised me. But coming in 10th place, we have Zootopia 2. Now, I really did enjoy Zootopia. Right now, I would say I think it's really good, but I also said that about Moana before I rewatched it. I thought it was just really good, and now I think it's great. So maybe when I rewatch Zootopia, I'll think it's great, because it has been like 2016 and 17 since I last saw it. But I am very interested to see what will be done with the sequel to Zootopia. The inclusion of reptiles, and hoping for a better villain this time around. Everybody agrees, the villain in Zootopia sucks. And we do know the villain will be a snake named Gary. Of course his name is Gary. So overall, I think there's a lot of potential with Zootopia 2, and I'm excited to see it. Coming in 9th place, we have the Untitled Predator film. Ooh, I can't believe we're getting 2 Predator films in 1 year. The second of which you'll see later on. I'm a big fan of the Predator, and with Prey being so great, it seems like they're trying to keep the Predator Alien franchise is actually good. Now, why this is so low is because we just don't know much about it. There's rumors that it might be an animated anthology, following different Predators in different situations. It's also rumored to be on streaming, which I wouldn't mind, and I think that concept could be a lot of fun. If we knew more about this film, then this would maybe be higher. But since we don't know much about it, I can't justify putting it any higher. Coming in 8th place, we have Wildwood, our first Laika movie in 6 years. And oh man, am I excited. Something you may or may not know about me is that Laika is my second favorite movie studio, just behind Pixar. I absolutely love their films, and I highly respect their films. Cause for one, they're all great, and they're all done with stop motion. Coraline, Paranorman, The Box Trolls, Kubo and the Two Strings, Missing Link, even some work on Corpse Bride. And it's really a shame that Laika doesn't get the respect and success it deserves, as their movies don't do great at the box office, because they really should. And this movie has a really interesting plot that's reminiscent of Labyrinth. A girl and her friend go into an enchanted forest to save her baby brother after he's kidnapped by a murder of crows. And just FYI, a murder of crows is a group of crows. These crows aren't going around murdering babies, at least I don't think. To be fair, this studio did make Coraline, and from the first teaser we've got, it looks really promising. This has a chance of being a new fantasy classic, as well as hopefully another great movie in Laika's catalog. Maybe this will be Laika's big break, and they wanted to rely on Coraline for half their studio's income. Coming in 7th place, we have Superman. Maybe this second time around, DC will actually make a good cinematic universe. I'm actually really excited to see how this will start, and if it can stay afloat. As I mentioned, I am a bit burnt out on Marvel, so I'm just kind of hoping for Superman to give me something fresh. From the first teaser we've got at least, this looks really promising, and I'm excited to see what David Cornswell can bring to the role. James Gunn has not disappointed me yet, and I really hope this isn't the first. The entire future of the DCU is on this movie's shoulders. This movie needs to be super. Coming in 6th place, we have Predator Badlands. This is the second Predator movie we're getting this year. This one to be released theatrically. As I said before, I love the Predator franchise. Now, if it wasn't for the news we heard about a month or two ago, this would probably be alongside the other Predator film. But we have learned that this Predator movie is going to be from the POV of the Predator. Gimme now! This is such a new, unique direction to take a Predator film in, and I cannot wait to see it. This is a big switch up, having a Predator as the main character, and we'll probably root for him to get the kills. And will this end like every other Predator film, with the Predator being killed? Or will the Predator actually win for once? And as I said before, I am very excited for this movie. Coming in 5th place, we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Now you all probably know, I am a huge fan of Jurassic Park, at least in my top 5 favorite franchises. I love Jurassic Park, but a lot of people, myself included, did not love Dominion. But the more we hear about Jurassic World Rebirth, the more it sounds like they're trying to make this a good movie. It's going back to basics. I think they know they did a lot of damage with Dominion, so they're really trying to make this actually good. To redeem this franchise and to redeem these fans. So that way they can make more money. I really hope this sticks to landing, because as I said, I do love Jurassic Park. And I would love for this franchise to continue, only if it's good. Coming in 4th place, we have Wicked for Good. Some of you might remember that last year, Wicked was my 10th most anticipated movie of last year. And the reason why it even got in the top 10 is because we knew Jeff Goldblum was going to be playing the Wizard of Oz. As someone who's never seen the Wicked play, I was hoping I would enjoy this film. But I didn't just enjoy Wicked, I loved Wicked. I won't say exactly where it's going to land in my ranking of every film from last year, but I'll just say it's pretty high. Wicked was one of the biggest surprises to me last year. It absolutely blew me away and I loved it. And oh butter, oh boy, you better believe I am ungodly excited for Wicked Part 2, or as it's now titled, Wicked for Good. I cannot wait to see how this story concludes. I have no idea where it's going, but I cannot wait to see where it goes. And of course, I can't wait to see more of Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz. Coming in 3rd place, we have Paddington in Peru. You may or may not know this about me, but I love the Paddington movies. In my opinion, the only family franchise that's even come close to rivaling Toy Story. But I cannot express love I have for Paddington. And for years I have been patiently waiting for Paddington 3. And I'm definitely not extremely jealous of the entirety of the UK for getting this movie in November, while here in America we get it in February. I know it's only a month away, but that's too long. But I do have my concerns with this movie. For one, it's not directed by the director of the last two, Paul King, as he directed Wonka instead. And since Paddington has 97% Rotten Tomatoes, and Paddington 2 has a 99%, the Paddington movies are fantastic. This franchise has a very high bar, and right now Paddington in Peru has a 93%. Don't get me wrong, that's still great, but that is not the same level as the previous Paddington movies. So I'm worried about the quality of Paddington in Peru. Hopefully at least it can just be really good, but I have a strong feeling it's not going to be great. And we'll just get a good ending to what could have been an amazing trilogy. Coming in 2nd place, we have FNAF 2. Not everybody loved the FNAF movie, but a lot of people did, myself included. It was a good adaptation of the games, while being its own unique thing. Some fantastic practical effects. It wasn't perfect, it had its problems, but I loved it. And so of course I'm excited for FNAF 2. We already know this is going to make a lot of differences from the FNAF 2 game, probably the biggest of which, that game's a prequel, this is a sequel. But I am excited to see new locations, new glorious animatronics. I want to see how the characters develop. I want to see what they change from the games and what they keep the same. Will it be more scary than the first film? That was a big complaint with the first movie, is that it wasn't scary enough. And they said they listened to complaints from the first movie, and they're going to fix them in FNAF 2. I'm very excited for FNAF 2. In fact, it's my most anticipated sequel of this year. And coming in 1st place, we have a Minecraft movie. Now I am not excited for this movie. Nobody is excited for this movie. This movie is going to be a train wreck, but I want to see how it train wrecks. So I'm not excited, but I am interested. I just hope it's not terrible, but I'm not expecting anything good. At the best, just fine. I wish that a film adaptation of my favorite video game would be good, but I'm gonna say I don't think so. If this is anything other than just fine, I will be very surprised. Should it have been live action? No. And in 30 years, will we get another Mario movie situation? Who knows? I'm not excited for a Minecraft movie, but it is the movie that I'm most interested to see. But leave in the comments below, what are your top 10 most anticipated movies of this year? Hopefully these 10 movies offer something promising. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, thank you for liking and subscribing. Bye guys for now! Boss, you're on Thacker.